Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. This Bible study video is going to be a little different. I am going to be telling you my New Year's resolutions as a Christian. So there won't be any lesson or any main takeaway from today other than just me sharing with you what I would like to be successful in through the Bible and through Christ in 2024. So before we get started, if you have any New Year's resolutions that are specifically centered around the Bible or your religion or God or anything, please let me know down below because I love hearing what everybody else is going to be working on in the new year. I have three main ones that I'm going to be focusing on, and I'll be sharing those along with some Bible verses that are going to be means of encouragement for me and some specific things that I'm going to do daily to try and achieve these goals that I have for 2024. The first one, and this is one that necessarily can't be achieved, it's something that you constantly work on, but I really want to work really hard to build my relationship with God. It's easier said than done. In today's world, God is not a focus. We have work, we have kids if you have kids, we have bills we have to pay, we have all these things that we have to do every single day, and if we're not careful, those things can distract us from building that relationship with God, and it often takes away time that we should be spending building that relationship with God. The verse that I picked to go with this one is Philippians 4:9, and it says, "Keep putting into practice all you learned and received from me, everything you heard from me and saw me doing. Then the God of peace will be with you." The main part I want to focus on that is where it says, "Keep putting into practice all you learn and receive from me." What I want to focus on with that is I want to continue to learn and continue to receive from God. Two specific ways that I'm going to do that. The first one is to at least do one devotion a day. I have two devotions and devotion books that I'm doing right now. The first devotion that I do every morning is the Live on Purpose by Sadie Robertson, and I will link that down below. It is a wonderful Bible study for really women of any age, but I find it to be very relatable because some Bible studies some Bible daily devotions that I've done every day, it isn't really relatable to what I'm going through right now at the age group or the time in my life I'm at right now. But what she talks about is really relatable and really understandable, and I really enjoy reading this stuff from her. So I'll link that down below in case anybody wants to get it. The second one is I'm just doing different Bible study plans on the Bible app. Right now I'm doing one that's focused on finding peace. It's like a 2-week one, I think it is. But if you download that app, there are multiple plans and you can search for any specific topic that you're looking for. So I really enjoy doing both of those because they focus on very different things, and they focus on two different things that I kind of really feel God wants to teach me more about. So that is the first thing I'm going to do to try and build that relationship, is to every day, at least once a day, do one of my devotions, preferably both of them, and be able to just read His Word once a day and really meditate on that. The second thing is to talk to God all day. It's really easy to fall into the say a morning prayer, evening prayer, and then pray before meals, but I really want to work hard to consistently talk to God all day, say prayers all day, talk to Him about my day as I would like my husband Adam or a friend, and just start that conversation, because you can't build a relationship unless you have a conversation with that person, and that's what God wants us to do. So I am going to work really hard to pray more and just talk to Him more, not necessarily asking Him for anything or anything like that, but just literally talking to Him about my day and what my thoughts are at the moment. The second resolution is I want to become more trusting of God's plan, which is super, super, super hard. I'm a controller. I love to plan. I love to know exactly what's going to happen when and have everything planned out, but as a Christian, you have to trust God's plan, not your plan. And I really struggle with that. The Bible verse that I'm going to be using for this one comes from 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. What I want to focus on is the first part of that, because often when we don't understand God's plan, we become fearful of what is going to happen if things aren't going our way. And I need that reminder that's in that verse that says we were not made to be afraid and be timid. We're not meant to be fearful of the future, where we're going to get our food, our clothes, how we're going to make it through the day. We're not meant to do that. There's a Bible verse, and I can't remember off the top of my head where it's at, so if you know where it's at, let me know. But it says something along the lines of, like, the birds don't worry about where they're going to nest tonight or where their food is going to come from because God provides it. So don't we think that we're more important to God than the birds, if that makes sense? There's a verse somewhere that says that, I promise. But I think that's really good to think about, because God has our best interests. He is looking out for us. He's going to make things work. Maybe not the way we think it's going to work or in our timing, but He does provide for us, and He will make sure that we have the proper life that He has in plan for us. And I really want to remind myself of that daily, like literally. I really want to say a mantra like every morning, every night, that God is looking out for me. He's got the plan. I just need to listen to Him and do whatever it is He's telling me to do that is part of the plan. The second thing is obviously just pray more about it. I am going to consistently pray for trusting in the Lord, because that does not come naturally to me since I'm a planner. But that is going to be a part of every prayer I say, that I can be more trusting of His plan, and for Him to help open my ears so I can hear what He wants me to do to help with His plan. The last thing is the biggest one. I really would like to have more patience like Jesus. I think it has a lot to do with the pregnancy hormones and the lack of sleep, but I have not had the best patience lately. My patience has been very thin. I've been irritable, and I really want to work on that in 2024, because I know once the baby comes, my sleep will probably honestly stay about the same, because the baby will be getting up in the middle of the night, but I won't have the pain that is keeping me from sleeping. So it may get a little worse, but I know with that, my patience is still going to be very thin. So before the baby comes and after the baby comes, I really want to work on having patience like Jesus does, because I feel like if I don't have the patience every day to do certain things, if something that Cole is doing or Adam's doing or the new baby's doing is really frustrating me easily and my patience is wearing thin, I'm not going to be enjoying life. And I really want to soak in every moment of my life. So I feel like if I can work on, and God can help me with that patience, life will be a little more enjoyable in those hard months when the baby first gets here. So the verse that I have for that one is Ephesians 4:2. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other. Make allowance for each other's faults because of your love. And I really need that reminder, because specifically the part it says to be patient with each other. It is really easy to just think everybody should be patient with you, but it's really hard to give that same patience to everyone else. And so I really want to work really hard at extending patience to everyone in my life. And even though I'm tired and irritable, even though I'm maybe not in the best mood, I really want to work on extending that patience and understanding to the people around me. For that one, there's really no specific thing I can do other than pray about it. Like this type of patience that I need with the lack of sleep and the lack of sleep I'm gonna have in the next few months can only come from God. That is gonna be another one of the things like in the last one that's going to be in every prayer I say, because I need God to help me with that patience so much right now and in the coming months. Pray for me on that one. So that is my 3 resolutions. I hope that these inspired you to make a few resolutions. Even if you're not a resolutions person, good to have a few aspirations. That way you're consistently working on your relationship with God and you're not becoming complacent and lukewarm and not working on your relationship and what he wants you to be doing in his plan and what your purpose is in his plan. And next week we'll be back with a normal Bible study lesson. If you have any suggestions on Bible study videos you would like to see, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.